Hey ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Really appreciate your support. And today I have one of my closest friends here, Carlos from Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Everybody knows Carlos here. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Guy Laroche. This one is called Drakkar Essence, so stay tuned. So this fragrance was released in July of 2014. The Drakkar series goes back to the 70s, 1972.
I went through a bottle or two back in the day.
Have you really?
I don't remember what it smells like because I wasn't so in tune to it back then, but I definitely went through a bottle or two back in the day. And everybody wore it back in the day.
Very green, dark, kind of coniferous. So the original Drakkar came out in 72, and then Drakkar Noir came out in the 80s.
That's the one.
Drakkar Noir. Yeah. I had an uncle who wore that. I think he still wears it. Drakkar Dynamic came out in the 90s, and here we are, 2014. In July, we had Drakkar Essence.
It's like a water
Oh
one.
Gosh, there's so many.
There's so
many flankers.
It's up there. We're going to do that video, top most flanker fragrance videos or something of that nature.
I can already probably think of 5 companies in my head that would make that
for
list. Sure. So, yes, this one was composed by Michel Girard, who works at Givaudan, and he has done fragrances like Paco Rabanne's 1 Million. I think the original Azzaro Pour Homme, or one of the flankers, I know he's done at least 3 fragrances for Azzaro. So I think we both have experience with the Drakkar Noir version. How does this one compare?
As I said earlier, I don't really remember. I just remember it being very manly, very gold chains.
Kind of like Polo, Ralph Lauren Polo.
Yeah. Like that. Very, very masculine, extremely masculine.
Yeah.
And this is masculine if you want to smell like shower gel. It's like soap. It's just like shower gel.
It does smell like shower gel. Yeah. And, you know, I picked this up at TJ Maxx, so this is a bargain bin scent, and it was dirt cheap. I think it was like $9.99. Cool. And I was like, you know what? Got really nothing to lose. I think it's pleasant. I think there's really nothing to hate about it other than the fact that it's a little bit too simplistic, too linear. It doesn't wow me. It doesn't, you know, there we go. The distribution is nice. And, you know, when you first spray it is when it comes off freshest.
I didn't smell that in the air just now.
Oh, really?
The fan blew.
Oh, maybe.
It just smells...
It just smells clean.
Clean.
Like you just got out of the shower.
Aquatic, I guess?
It's almost... It is a little bit aquatic. I know Drakkar Noir has a reputation for being one of the first fragrances to utilize the note of Cologne. So it's almost like with this scent, they're like, how do we isolate that? The only fresh quality that Drakkar Noir has, and let's bottle it.
I wouldn't consider Drakkar Noir a...
It's not. It's not fresh.
Oh, okay.
But believe it or not, it does contain Cologne.
It was after that release where all of the designer fragrances were using that.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like in boatloads.
Yeah.
Like Cologne was like the...
Like mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything had that.
Yeah. And this one is like that note. I'm not necessarily saying there's Cologne in here, but it's just that fresh component isolated and bottled. This
is basically, to me, like a starter fragrance for a young kid, not even man.
Yeah. I think if a high schooler were to write to me and they said, you know, I'm standing in TJ Maxx right now, I see 3 fragrances in front of me. I see Dark Rebel by John Varvatos, I see Pure Malt by Terry Mugler, and I see this one. Which one do you suggest I wear?
Well, in your heart, you're going to want to tell them the latter.
My favorite,
the first two, rather. But in reality, you'd best be better off suggesting this one.
Yeah, like what would work the best for you in that scenario? Considering
because,
we're in
summer. When it comes to girls, I work with youngish girls, like 20-somethings mostly. They don't like anything heavy. They don't like oud. They don't like a fragrance with personality. They like clean shower. Yeah. Like the nichiest thing that they all loved was Green Irish Tweed from Creed.
Wow. Yeah.
And, you know, so a younger girl, even more so, is probably going to be drawn to a boy wearing this.
I completely agree. I think that's sort of a lot of the sales associates' narrative. You walk into a Macy's and they'll say, oh, this one smells fresh and clean, try this. It's like, what if I'm not going for fresh and clean? But that's what sells. So they propagate it. And I think if that's what you're in it for, I think this checks all the boxes, but it's not for me. I'm sorry. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Okay. You played me, son.
What?
You just played me. You let me go on and on and on.
What? I'm not crazy about it.
I'm not either.
Yeah. All right.
But I think,
good.
You know, for a starter fragrance, it's not horrific. I mean, there are definitely much better options, but,
yeah.
You know.
Right.
Not the good ones aren't going to be in the bargain bins most of the time, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like it either.
Okay, good.
If you're thinking that I do, I don't.
I think you secretly like it. It matches what you're wearing and everything.
I know, man.
You should wear it today.
Accessorize.
Don't do it.
Never. I won't.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it. Pretty short review.
You're not going to show it again? Not this time. Don't
you
show
guys
it.
Don't want it.
You know, they don't want it.
I'm going to end up paying more for the shipping than I would for a bottle. I mean, I might as well give a bottle away, but since I'm a collector, it's hard to do that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I like to think so.
Yeah, you are.
I like to think so.
We are.
850 bottles, but that's, you know, who's counting?
How many?
850.
Oh, you, wow.
Yeah.
Well, they're not all out. You have a lot at Mom's house still.
Yeah, I have to. They don't fit, they don't fit in my
house. And he was forewarned before baby Amelia came.
Yeah, that's true.
Put away all of those fragrances. I'll gladly.
I don't want to spray around the baby too.
Yeah, you're right. She's right. Absolutely.
Maybe I can use your house as storage?
Please, I just said.
All right, I'll come with the U-Haul next week.
You got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Remember to subscribe and enable notifications, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.